Although God's will to realize the purpose of the providence of restoration is absolute, God predestines the process of its accomplishment conditionally, contingent upon the 5% responsibility of the central figure, which must be completed in addition to the 95% responsibility of God. The proportion of 5% is used to indicate that the human portion of responsibility is extremely small when compared to God's portion of responsibility. Yet for human beings, this 5% is equivalent to 100% of our effort. To cite some examples, God predestined that His will be fulfilled through Adam and Eve only when they refrained from eating the fruit and completed their responsibility. In the dispensation of restoration through Noah, God predestined that His will be fulfilled only after Noah completed his responsibility by exerting himself with the utmost devotion in building the ark. In the providence of salvation through Jesus, God predestined that His will be fulfilled only after fallen people completed their responsibility by believing in Jesus as the Messiah and rendering Him devoted service. However, time and again human beings could not cope with even their small portion of responsibility. Consequently, God's providence has been repeatedly prolonged. It is written in the Bible, "The prayer of faith will save the sick man, your faith has made you well. And for everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks it will be opened." These verses confirm that God predestines His will to be fulfilled, contingent upon human beings completing their portion of responsibility. We should recognize from these examples how minuscule the human portion of responsibility is in comparison to God's toil and grace, which is His portion of responsibility. On the other hand, when we consider the fact that over and over again, central figures in the providence could not cope with their responsibility, we can appreciate how extremely difficult it was for them to fulfill even this comparatively small portion. Section 3: The predestination of human beings. Adam and Eve were to become the good ancestors of humanity, conditional upon fulfilling their responsibility to obey God's commandment not to eat of the fruit. Accordingly, God did not absolutely predestine that Adam and Eve would become our good ancestors. The same holds for all fallen people.